Katie. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you here this morning. In 20 minutes, I'm trying to do justice to a major topic. Just listening to some of your incredible presentations and areas of study, you already can see just how complex this is and what the amazing opportunities are. I just want to spend a minute talking about my personal story, because again, it's very relevant, because this is about AI and the future of work. And I've been in my line of work, which is helping companies list on the London Stock Exchange or the Danish Stock Exchange, helping them get profits and grow internationally. And I'm talking about major brands like Microsoft and Apple, but also Harrods, Kingfisher Beer, all sorts of people. And one minute, you're at the top of your game, and I've been in 30 years, I'm 52, so I'm an old dinosaur compared to, a lot of you. So I used AI to future-proof myself, and this is my book. So I'm not here to sell the book, but it's more to make a point that, you guys are coming into this at, relatively young age. It's quite intuitive for you, but you all will need to be on a journey of continuous learning, and I've had to be as well. So 30 years in marketing and business, 10 of those years in digital, but then everyone caught up. So one minute I was doing TEDx talks and working with major brands, helping them with their digital marketing, having done years of traditional marketing, everyone catches up. And so I invested time a few years ago in AI, went and researched this book. Now, although it says marketing, the book is about the impact of machine learning and artificial intelligence and Internet of Things on all different aspects of business. Marketing, sales, human resources. So the publisher wanted it to be quite discreet to marketing so that it had a definite, target market to sell to, but it's much wider than that. So I spent a year really going out talking to loads of politicians, to academics all over the world, to big brands. The book features some amazing brands, but more importantly, the tech disruptors. So the companies that might be the kind of people like yourself, with your amazing ideas, you could be the companies that are disrupting medicine, farming, whatever it might be, and I've got a load of those companies featured in my book. So I just wanted to give you a little bit more of a personal story. The book's been a game changer for me. It's opened doors. So I'm on the all-party parliamentary group here in the UK looking at the adoption of AI in enterprise. And that's really important. Some of your work that I'm hearing, I'm going to go around afterwards until lunch and do some mentoring. But it's really important you get the right people hearing about what you're doing. You've got stakeholders that might be non-exec directors or might be people that shape what you do, and you'll make a lot of noise about it. But making sure really that you involve the right kind of people so that your story gets out there. So that's really a little bit about me, and I'm spending my time at the moment going around the world, to Saudi Arabia, to Dubai, to London, to all sorts of places, talking to people about the findings, about how the world is changing, about how, for example, you can democratize an amazing education for everybody all over the world if the right people, it falls into the right people's hands. So there's all kinds of issues. So how's it changing our world? You guys know a lot of this already, but I just want to reiterate some of it. So in music, you may have heard that there are some artists who haven't really got any skills in music as such. They can't play any instruments, they don't even sing. The voice is an instrument, I'm a singer in a band. But they've released albums using algorithms. They have a whole album where the melodies and all of the music has been pulled together using machine learning algorithms. So, AI is reshaping the world of music. Any football fans? I'm a massive Spurs fan. So this is me a couple of days ago. Is Maurizio Pochettino there? That's actually superimposed, but that's my dad. Now we've got a group over here looking at cancer. My dad was diagnosed a few months ago with cancer of the esophagus. So, I'm hoping he'll live for a long, long time. He's just undergoing chemo at the moment, but we're trying to make the most of all these opportunities. And from the age of 5, he took me to Spurs. We lived in Tottenham. And so there I am with Spurs, a couple of days ago, doing all sorts of wonderful stuff. Now, you've got AI in sport, in tennis, in football, where it's providing algorithms to create this simulator Yeah, for fantasy football, you know, for example, in tennis, you've got the Ask Fred, where you've got all these kind of chatbot assistants that are really looking at footage, the crowd noise. It's about tailoring experiences and creating the right kind of moments for people. So what I was saying to this group here is AI is going to help give us personalised marketing in time with the right investment, personalised healthcare, and all kinds of others, because it's about big data. So we're talking about analytics and how we can analyse these things and make it much, much more personal. Same in beauty. So you've got, you know, all of these cool developments where they're not using you as a market in a mass homogenized way. They're drilling down to products that are really going to help you based on your skin type, your preferences, and so on. And in my book, I feature people like TGI Fridays, and they're doing some really cool stuff with a number of technology companies that are to do with, rather than saying female 45 to 60 coming from this area, they're saying, right, John comes into our TGI restaurant on a Thursday evening, he orders ribs, he's got twins, he doesn't drive, you know, and making the experience really, really personalised, so that when they order online or when they come into the restaurant, they can make things really personalised. Climate change, now I know, you know, we've got some groups maybe looking at that, and that's one of the big areas that we're really interested in. So you've got predictive analytics, you've got that ability to look at wildfires and other huge variations in weather that the AI can analyse and then basically come up with ways of detecting that in order to improve. So you've got AI being able to make a difference from a climate change point of view. On the point of predictive analytics, in my book I've got companies like BT, British Telecom. So they're using predictive analytics, and they can say, when it snows, broadband lines go down, and we need to have so many engineers ready to go out and repair. So their teams are looking at that from an ops point of view, but actually if they're smart, they could be thinking about that as a marketing activity or as a customer service activity. So genuinely, AI is reshaping business and society. All different business functions in an organisation, like I said with the book, sales, marketing, HR, customer experience. For quite a few years with digital marketing, we still had silos. This team over here, this team over there, not talking. AI requires everyone to come together and work in these agile groups like you're doing now. We could be a company, we could be a major brand that's been established for 100 years, real legacy, but we might operate like a startup and have project teams like you. So that's something you can take in if you go and work for an established brand. Take in that collaborative, agile approach that AI really requires. Cancer detection. These guys over here, you know, good ideas for that. But you know, the ability for AI now to detect 5 new breast cancers and to work out again the best way to actually treat that. And that's very pertinent to me, you know, with obviously not breast cancer, my dad, but my best friend as well. So, you know, we've all got our personal stories for this, and AI will reshape that. It requires investment in time. It will save a lot of money as well. So impact on jobs. The truth is nobody really knows. Most of the research, the Deloittes, the Gartners, the PwCs, it seems to be a net gain. It seems as if many of the jobs that will go are being replaced by all sorts of new roles. In my world of journalism and digital marketing and content marketing, even Microsoft, we're here today, you know, they've got AI built into Word. So they've got ideas, which is a function within Word, that can help actually make your content gender inclusive, the right kind of grammar, and so on. This is going down really well in a lot of organisations. Otter AI, where you're in a meeting and the AI is doing all of the note-taking for you. So again, every aspect of business is you know, being reshaped by it. In advertising, really cool activities are happening there, where you've got Here you've got an advert for the luxury car brand Lexus that's been developed by AI. So you've got people at the agency working alongside IBM Watson's algorithms, and they're looking at other fashion brands and other luxury brands, and they're saying, you know, what do people want? So it might be an award-winning book, it might be an award-winning film, yeah? What's that going to look like? What are the main, breaking it down into kind of like component parts. So it's not taking away the creativity, but it's breaking it down. Just like you've got your criteria tomorrow, yeah, and I hope all of you kind of like think to that. How are we being judged? What are the success criteria for your projects going to look like? Same with this. If we tap into that and the machine learning then goes away and comes up with this advert, yeah, that's going to be winning awards. All kinds of industry sectors, from accountancy, where you've got, think of the cloud. So I've been for 10 years doing my accounting in the cloud, you know, with various packages. Really, AI, if we cut through all the myths, it's the next layer of automation. Okay, so we're not just talking about robots wandering around in the workplace of tomorrow. We're not just talking about chatbots. We're talking about software. We're talking about, you know, the next iteration of these cloud-based services that is going to reshape accountancy, reshape the way architecture's done. Now again, think of all these different functions. Think of beauty, health, football. I've talked about all of them. Each of those sectors, when you have a company in that sector, has finance function, has a marketing team, has salespeople. AI is reshaping not only industries, but job functions within those sectors. So when you're thinking of your medicine or your farming or whatever it might be, have a bit of a view as to how the AI in your company that you're coming up with could be used for all of the other job functions to save money and to do things in a much more kind of slick way. So we are looking at this whole new world. We've got here one graph in my world of marketing. All of these are the tech companies, some established ones like Microsoft and Amazon, others new tech disruptors who've got all kinds of tools, and that's what you're looking at. So when you're thinking about your project, do some analysis or show in your plan that you're going to be doing some market research to see what the barriers are and what other people might be doing. So, you know, that's really where we're coming from. So how can you prepare? You know, if you're starting up, the excitement, the research, getting the right people involved, finding a niche, finding a need is really important. But for a lot of people, this is the World Economic Forum, it's not all about everyone going out and learning to code. And, you know, I don't have a tech background. I've been doing tech marketing for many, many years. I'm not a scientist. I'm, some of you, you know, far in excess of what I can do in any of that. But actually, for a lot of people, it's about complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity. So these are going to be some of the skills for tomorrow. But without a doubt, if you've got maths, if you've got cognitive science, if you've got AI, you're in a really good place. You know, if you know how to market that and you can focus in on some of these projects that you're doing. Future jobs. Yeah, I've talked a bit about how AI is reshaping existing jobs. The fact is, 85% of jobs in around 15 years' time haven't been invented yet. And these are some of the new jobs. So there'll be an AI translator, yeah, where the human and the AI assistant work hand in hand. There will be the virtual reality architect, and you can see here, I won't read all of them out, but some of the skills that are required for those kinds of jobs. I'm involved in the all-party parliamentary group, and there's a lot of focus there on ethics. So AI ethicists, you know, who can actually help looking at bias and so on. So you might be in one of these roles when you graduate or when you go into the workplace in the next few years. You might go straight into that in a few years' time, or you might go to uni and so on. So it might be, but truth is, you're in a position to reshape what the future of work looks like, because the future of work is some of the companies and some of the development work that you're doing that completely disrupts, how business takes place. So, I think I am really excited and feel privileged that even though I'm an old dinosaur at 52, I'm still current, because of the book and a piece of content for hopefully, I don't know, 5 or 10 years, but I've got to keep future-proofing myself. You guys are absolutely in the right place, so, you know, take advantage of it. And, you know, I just think some of the work, I'm going to go around shortly and do some of that mentoring. But, yeah, open it up to any questions or any observations now.